Students, I'm here with another video from the chapter of class 7th Science NCERT book, that is from chapter number 2. Before starting today's video, I would like to tell you all that till now what all things we have discussed in this chapter. So children, in this chapter we have discussed about the nutrition, and the nutrition means it is a process by which the animals are going to take up the food from their surrounding, whether it is the herbivorous animal or it is a carnivorous animal or it is a human being. So we have seen about the way by which nutrition is gained by the animal, where we have seen in the case of the saprophytes we have seen, then in the case of the parasites we have seen, then after that we have also seen about the nutrition in human beings. So human beings are the multicellular animals which will undergo the process of a complex steps of holozoic mode of nutrition, okay, which is consisting of the various steps: ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. Then after discussing each and every step, because we have seen about the digestive system of the human beings, which means that it is a complete system which consists of various organs, and these organs, each and every organ has its own function. So when the organs are having its own functions, then what happens actually, if each and every organ has its own function, it means that it is very specific, it is very complex, okay. So that is why what happens whenever the human beings we are taking in food by the process of ingestion, it goes into our mouth, then it moves into the food pipe, that is esophagus, and then the food is moved into the stomach, where the mechanical churning is taking place, where the food is broken down into small pieces. Then after that it reaches to the small intestine, where small intestine is also secreting various chemicals like enzymes, like the digestive juices, which is acting upon the food which was partially digested in the mouth as well as in the stomach. Okay, so the digestion of the carbohydrate began in the mouth itself, where then after that some of the carbohydrates were still left, so this was being dissolved in the this was being digested in the small intestine. Then after that, after in the small intestine, whenever the food is there, it is going into the large intestine for its more absorption. So absorption takes place in the later half of the small intestine, and then in the large intestine, where the water is being absorbed mainly. After the water absorption is taking place, then what happens? It is going to absorb. This is going to form feces. Then what happened, the fecal matter is being formed, which is a waste product, and the body gets rid of it because of the process of egestion. Okay, when the food is being made, it is being assimilated and absorbed. So absorption is taking first, it is absorbed and then it is being assimilated. So absorption take place in the organ of small intestine, that is called villi, okay, and then distribution of energy to the body takes place by the process of the assimilation. Okay, so this was all about the revision which we have done till now. Now I'm going to move on to the next topic, that is the digestion in the grazing animals. So I have told you, whenever the grazing animal is eating, grazing animal is there, grazing animal is there which is eating, what is the main diet of the herbivorous animals? The grass. So grass is being eaten up by, it's not eaten up, it's swallowed. It is being swallowed, okay. Because it is going to be quickly swallowed by the animal, and then what happens, this animal is going to continuously chew something. Now I told you that what these animals are continuously chewing. So I said that whenever these animals are not eating the food, the grass, they are eating, they are simply swallowing this grass. Okay, so they are not chewing it, they simply swallow the grass. Now once they are swallowing, it is going to be it is going to be stored. It stores in rumen, which is a part of stomach. Okay, once it is a part of stomach, it is stored there in the rumen. It partially digested. It is partially digested, and this is known as cud. Okay, so this was about the cud. Now the cud formation. After the cud formation, this cud returns to the mouth of the animal into small lumps, and then this animal keeps on chewing so that the grass is going to be broken down to small pieces. Now why is it why these animals are doing the chewing of cud? Okay, so the chewing of cud is being done because the grass has a complex carbohydrate whose name is cellulose. It contains a complex carbohydrate whose name is cellulose. So because the cellulose is not easily being broken down, it is not being digested properly in the animal's body, in the herbivorous animal's body. So what happens? This is going to they are re-chewing this grass again. They are re-chewing the grass again so that this cellulose is getting broken down into small pieces, and then what happens, they can easily chew it again. Okay, so and then again it is being digested, and now it moves into the part of their digestive system. Okay, first it is being stored in the rumen, which is a part of the stomach, and then it goes into the second part of the stomach, where the animal is going to store, where the animal's digestion will be, the digestion of the grass would be complete in that particular part of the stomach. Okay, now the partially digested cud, it returns to the mouth in the small lumps of the animal's mouth, and it chews. This process is called rumination. So please remember, I told you that this process of chewing of cud that was made because of this partially digested grass. This is known as the cud. So that is why the animals are said to be this process is said to be as rumination. And the animals which are doing rumination, they are known as the ruminants. Okay, now the grass is rich in cellulose, a type of carbohydrate in ruminants like cattle, deer, etc. The bacteria are present in the rumen. Okay, so the cattle, they are eating the grass because it is rich in cellulose, and this cellulose is very this is helpful for the animals. That is why it acts like a nutrient for the body of the herbivorous animals, but it is not useful for us. Fine. Now see what happens. The grass rich in cellulose is a type of a carbohydrate. The ruminants like cattle, deer, etc. The bacteria is present in the rumen. So what is the use of this grass which is being stored inside the rumen, children? So the way because of which these animals are able to eat, and they store the food in the rumen because this rumen contains bacteria. So this bacteria acts upon the cellulose. Okay, this acts upon cellulose. So because it is acting upon cellulose, the animal can digest the cellulose. Okay, these herbivorous animals only, but not the carnivorous animal, neither the human beings. So because human beings also do not have such kind of bacteria, and we don't have the rumen. First we swallow, and then it is coming back in our mouth, and then we are chewing the cud. It's not like that for the human beings also. So we don't require this bacteria. The complete digestion is already you have studied. Now you can understand whose organs are more complex, but their organs are not complex, but they are specialized for digestion of the cellulose. Okay, animals like rabbit, horse, etc., they have a large sac-like structure called the cecum between the esophagus and the small intestine. The cellulose of the food digested is here by the action of certain bacteria which are not present in the humans. Okay, so that is why what happens, the animals they have a sac-like structure called cecum. Okay, they are known as cecum. Then first it is see, it is stored in, this grass is stored in rumen. Then after chewing of cud, it moves into the cecum. Okay, many are there. Then many other parts of the stomach is present, but one of the part is called cecum. Okay, so this cecum is okay. So this cecum is a part which is going to synthesize, which helps in the formation of bacteria. So bacteria are going to live inside the cecum, and then it acts upon the grass, which was in the form of the cud. Okay, so what happens? This completely being digested because of this bacteria, and these bacteria are going to digest the cellulose. Okay, so the cellulose of the food is being digested by the action of certain bacteria which are not present in the human beings. That is why we don't eat grass. Okay, when we are eating the salad, yeah, we are eating the leafy vegetables, but we are cooking it and eating it, and that is why it is being removed from our system undigested itself. So if we have to if we have to eat the green leafy vegetables or any of the vegetable, we cook, okay, so that this complex carbohydrate is broken down into simpler pieces, and then what happens, it is easily being digested in our small intestine and the large intestine. It is going to absorb the nutrient, and because of which we can easily digest the cellulose. That is why we are going to cook the food, so that the cellulose is being broken down. All half of the breaking is taking place in because of cooking. Okay, so this is the reason. So far we have learnt about the animals which possesses the digestive system, but there are many other small animals who do not have the mouth and the digestive system. Now how they digest their food. Okay, some animals are like that, which are not having the food, they are not having a proper nutrition, they are not having a proper digestive system for this nutritional process. So how they are going to take up the nutrition, we are going to read the next organism. So this was about the digestion in the herbivorous animals, in the grass eating animals. Now I'm going to move on to the next topic, that is the digestion in nutrition in amoeba. Okay, so this is nutrition in amoeba. So what do you mean by this animal? So this is the name of the animal, whose name is amoeba. Amoeba is a microscopic organism. It is a microscopic organism. It is an animal which is not having the proper digestive system, but then also it is eating the food. How they are eating the food, I'll let you know. Amoeba is a microscopic single-celled organism. So this is also microscopic, and hence it is single-celled. It is a single-celled organism. That is why it is microscopic. Okay. It is single-celled organism. Fine. Amoeba is a microscopic single-celled organism food in the pond water. Amoeba has a cell membrane around it, dense nucleus, and some bubble-like vacuoles is formed in the cytoplasm. Then after that, amoeba constantly changes its shape and position. It pushes out one or more finger-like projections. It is called pseudopodia, or the false feet for the movement and the capture of the food. Okay, so now I'll just let you know about the steps of nutrition in amoeba. See, the basic step will remain same. The basic steps of nutrition were same, and that is ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion. It will remain same. But how the ingestion is taking place, how the digestion is taking place, how absorption is taking place, I'll let you know. Okay, so amoeba has no shape. This is irregular in shape, and the centrally placed one organ is there whose name is nucleus. It is a cell, so it contains nucleus and it contains cytoplasm. Okay, whenever this amoeba is going to reach towards its food, suppose that this is its food. When it reaches towards its food, it is going to extend its finger like projection. Okay, it eats small microscopic animal है तो microscopic खाना भी खाएगा. तो microscopic खाने का मतलब है कि छोटे छोटे animals जो pond में present होंगे, that will be the food for this amoeba. So what does this amoeba do? It is going to extend its finger like projections from its body, because it is not having the hand mouth to eat the food. So what is happening? It is going to extend its finger like projections towards the food. Okay, this is its food. So these are the small animals. The animal is a food for the small animal. Okay, so these finger like projections, they are known as pseudopodia. Now this pseudopodia is the false feet. False feet, pseudo means false, podia means feet, okay, or false arms. So here the extension of the cytoplasm is there, which is known as the pseudopodia. The pseudopodia is going to catch the prey. This helps in catching of prey. As you could see here, the animal is present. This animal is going to, this surrounds the animal, okay. So it surrounds, the finger-like projection is going to surround the animal inside its body. Okay, now what happens? This is going to join. In the next step, the pseudopodia joins. Now this becomes food vacuole. Nucleus will remain like this. It joins. Now, after the joining of the pseudopodia, it is going to form a new structure called food vacuole. Vacuole means space. Space for the food. This is known as, this is the space for the food. Okay. Now what happens? This space for the food is because this is going to join the vacuole, and this is going to form a food vacuole. Okay. It is a space where the food will remain. Now the complete process of digestion will take place inside this animal, okay, inside this food vacuole. Fine, I'll just draw it, what happens inside the food vacuole. So food has already entered in the body of amoeba. Okay, so this has entered in the body of amoeba. Now this food vacuole is going to synthesize certain enzymes, certain chemicals. It is going to synthesize certain chemicals. Now, once they are synthesizing the chemicals for digestion, they are synthesizing the digestive enzymes inside the food vacuole. Okay, so this food vacuole is going to form the enzymes, which is the chemicals which are necessary for the digestion of the food. Okay, so this digestion occurs inside this food vacuole, where the enzymes, the chemicals are already synthesized by this food vacuole, and also this food vacuole starts moving in the circular direction. So as the food vacuole is moving in the circular direction, the digestion is taking place. Okay, the digestion is taking place, the food is being broken down into small pieces. So once the food is being broken down into smaller pieces, it is easily being digested by the digestive enzyme, which is secreted from the food vacuole, not from the amoeba's body. It helps in the secretion, but not it is being secreted there. So this is going to help the body of the amoeba to synthesize a chemical for digestion, and then this food vacuole also moves in the forward direction. So once the food is moving in the forward direction in the circular motion, so this is known as cyclosis. This is known as cyclosis because the food is moving in the form of the cyclic manner. Okay, so this moves in a cyclic manner, it gets digested. As one step forward is taking place, it is going to reach towards the last part, and then what happens? This cyclosis helps in the digestion of the food, because cyclosis is the round movement, it is a circular movement of the food vacuole, because of which the digestive juices are being secreted, and because of which the animal is going to be present in the form of the small animals. Okay, this food vacuole is going to synthesize the enzymes, and then it is required for the digestion. Okay, so now what happens? This is going to form after cyclosis. What happens? this amoeba is going to what it is going to do, this is going to absorb the food. Okay, now the food vacuole is having only the digestive part and its nucleus is there. So this food vacuole is having now the digested food. So this digested food will be absorbed by the body of amoeba. Okay, and first it is going to absorb in the nearby cells and then it is being distributed to the whole body. Now this is known as absorption. Absorption will take place. Okay, after absorption the amoeba is going to grow in its size. Okay, this amoeba will grow in its size. You can draw this amoeba in any, this is being circulated. So this is known as assimilation. Now children, see, after the assimilation this food vacuole is only left with, this is a food vacuole, this is only left with the waste material. Okay, this is only left with the waste material and this is known as the now this is known as it has waste material. Now what happens again, the body of the amoeba is going to help for the last step, that is egestion, to throw this waste out from the body. So how it will be thrown outside the body, because this amoeba's food vacuole will be very close, it will come very close to the boundary of the animal and cell membrane of the animal. This is known as cell membrane. The outer boundary is called cell membrane, and because of which what happens, this is going to be dissolved. Once this dissolves, the layer dissolves again, this will be exposed outside the environment and the waste material is being thrown out from the body of the amoeba. It becomes empty and amoeba is going to make its own shape. It is going to regain its own shape. Okay, so this is known as the process of egestion. This throws out. So this is known as egestion. So children, all the steps are taking place in the animals. Please don't think that after egestion the amoeba is going to be smaller. No, it is grown in its size. Because of assimilation it will be grown only. Okay, so what happens, egestion is the last step of the part of any digestion, the nutrition in amoeba. Okay, so what is written over here, after pseudopodia decisus falls feed for the movement for the captured food. Amoeba feeds upon some microscopic organisms. When it senses food, it is it pushes out its pseudopodia around the food particle and engulfs it. Engulfs means it is going to eat up. Okay, swallow. This is known as engulf it. The food becomes trapped in the food vacuole. Okay, food vacuole will be formed as I told you. Then this digestive juices are being secreted in the food vacuole. This acts on the food and breaks down into simpler substances. Gradually the digested food is being absorbed. The absorbed substance are used for the growth. The absorbed substance, what it is going to be done? So after assimilation, because of the assimilation, the energy is getting distributed to the complete body parts. Now, why this amoeba is requiring energy? See children, this amoeba is going to live in water. This lives in water. The habitat of amoeba is water. So when it is living in water, it has to swim. Okay, because it is an animal, it can move, as it is not having a particular shape, size. So it is moving, it is swimming inside the water, it is present inside it lives inside the water. And even these animals are also living inside the water. Okay, so the animal is living inside the water. So some animals are also having the microscopic food. Okay, so this animal is eating up the microscopic food. After the assimilation, this microscopic food gets engulfed by the pseudopodia, and it also forms the food vacuole. Okay, so this next is digestive. Please remember, the digestive juices is only being secreted by this food vacuole. It is not being secreted all the time. Once the food enters in the body of amoeba, this is going to enter, once it is entering inside the body of amoeba, then what happens, this is going to produce the digestive juices, it is going to produce the digestive enzymes, chemicals, which helps in the complete digestion of the food. Okay, so after assimilation of energy, the energy is going to help the body of the amoeba to grow. It helps the body of the amoeba to have different functions. Okay, all the functions are taking place in amoeba, so it requires energy. हम चलते हैं, हम खाते हैं, हम सोते हैं, हम पढ़ रहे हैं, so we require energy. Similarly, this amoeba also, it's not like the similar functions which we are doing. So this amoeba also requires energy. So where from energy is coming? Energy is coming because of the food has been absorbed and assimilated in the body parts. Okay, so after egestion, amoeba is again free to move, and then what happens, this is going to catch its food again. Once the food is present, and then what happens, this food is going to be taken up by the amoeba. Once the food is being reached towards the amoeba is reaching senses food, it again extends its pseudopodia. Once it is extending its pseudopodia, it is going to be it forms the food vacuole. It forms the food vacuole. Food vacuole will synthesize enzyme. Enzyme is going to act upon the food to break down into smaller pieces. Then it is being absorbed, then it is being assimilated, and finally it is being digested. The basic process of digestion. Okay, so here it is said that gradually the digested food is being absorbed. The absorbed substances are used for the growth. Why this animal is eating food? As we are eating food for the process of the different processes which has to take place in our body to perform all those functions. So amoeba also has to perform the growth. It is going to form the maintenance. It is going to do the maintenance. Okay. So next, and also do the multiplication. It is going to divide. It is going to divide. Okay. Amoeba is getting division. It is getting divided. So it is going to increase its number. It is going to divide. We have already studied this in the past videos where you could see the revision of the chapters, and I'll come up with the same chapter after few days. Okay. So next is the basic process of digestion on the food, and the release energies remain same in all the animals. After that, what happens? The undigested food is going to be released once all these processes are over. It's not necessary that every time amoeba requires growth every time, it requires maintenance every time, it is not going to multiply every time. It is going to grow because the process of the assimilation, because assimilation is the only way by which the energy would be transferred to the various parts of the body of the amoeba. Okay, so this is how the digestion is taking place. Now, the undigested residue of the food is being expelled outside the food vacuole. So once I told you, as the food vacuole is after distributing the energy, the food vacuole is not having anything left with the body inside the body of the amoeba. It has undigested food only. So this undigested food is also known as a waste. It is also known as residue. Now this residue of the food is being expelled out from the body of the amoeba from this food vacuole. The basic process of the digestion of the food requires, it releases energy to all the animals. In the later chapter, you will learn about the transport of food absorbed by the small intestine by the various parts of the body. Okay, so we have already studied about the complete digestion in the human beings as well as in the plants. So this was all about the nutrition in animals, including amoeba, which is not having its digestive system. Then also it is performing all the basic functions. Please remember, pseudopodia, then the cyclosis also is there. Cyclosis is the movement of the food vacuole inside the body of amoeba, because of which as it is moving forward, it is going to absorb energy, it is going to digest the food, it is going to perform the different functions. Okay, it is going to grow, it is going to maintain, it is going to repair itself, it is going to multiply, and multiply means it is going to be increasing its number. It is going to increase its number. So this is how the complete digestion will take place. So children, this was all about the chapter of the nutrition in amoeba. We have completed the explanation part, and then I'll come up with the next video of the of this chapter. The exercises of this chapter would be there, keywords would be there, and also the what we have learned will be there. Okay? Then after that we'll discuss about the same next topic in the next class. So this was all about today's video. I will meet you all in the next video, children, where we will discuss about the where we'll discuss about the exercises of the chapter, and also I'll be discussing about the keywords first and hard words, the words which are which because of which we are able to understand the lesson, or which came in between the lesson and for better understanding. Okay, so this was all about today's video. I will meet you all in the next video with the next topic to be discussed.